Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the season finale, PALracing S1R9 Race 9, the Don't Tread on Me 220 at Darlington Speedway, guys. This is going to be a long, tough, enduring race. Day to night transition. We're going to start in the dusk and end in the dark. As our cars go ahead and start to grid, we already know, based off of your championship setting, take a look at the points here. Matthew Heel has clenched the championship if he wrecks out lap 1 here, and Jacob Alicia finishes P1. Matthew Heel is still the champion. Douglas Henry unable to make it to this race. So let's go ahead and pull up Mr. Magic, Matthew Heel. Matthew, this is no up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, Matthew, you are already guaranteed our champion here in the inaugural season of PALracing. Go ahead and give us a little bit of a rundown of how the seasons went for you. What have you enjoyed so much about PAL, and what are your plans for next season?
Ooh, well, this has been an honor. I appreciate you guys putting on this series, you doing the broadcast, and everything with that. I appreciate my sponsor, Chef Colin Maver, for jumping on board. We've been serving them up and putting them down all season with some very consistent finishes to put us in position to have a relatively stress-free day. I haven't had too many of those lately, so to jump in an iRace and have a stress-free day where it doesn't really matter what happens is pretty cool. You know, just Darlington is one of my more tricky tracks, so mainly just trying to survive tonight, but had a great season. Love all my competitors. Love racing against them every single week, and hoping that we can put on another good show tonight for all you fans watching back at home.
All right, thank you so much, Matthew.
Thank you.
We'll send Matthew down, and we're going to go ahead and get to our pole sitter. The 13 car puts it on top, Anthony Callahan. Let's talk to him. Anthony, this is no up in the booth. You got a copy?
I sure do.
Well, Mr. Callahan, that 13 machine is on pole. You're by far the fastest of the group. Is it today your day? Is it the time where we see you park that 13 machine at Victory Lane? Are you going to get your first ever win in PAL?
It'd be nice, but knowing me, I'll just mess something up, probably with tire strategy. But I'm just going to go out, try to keep it clean, and see what happens on the back end.
Alrighty, and you're already looking pretty good in the points. Maybe be able to gun for a top 3 finish. I can't wait to see what you do next season, being able to learn what you have been able and get some momentum in that car. Are you excited for next season? Do you have the ability to run full time? You know, how's it looking for you?
Should be able to run full time next season. Missing that first race of this season kind of put me back a little bit, but it's going to be fun next season.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Anthony.
Enjoy the show.
We'll set Anthony Callahan down as the cars make their way through turns 1 and 2. I think you guys might get the hints. It's going to go ahead and be time for our go time music. Out of the Fire, Typo Negative is what this song is called, given to us by our friend, co-admin Adrian Hendricks. The perfect way to hype up every single race so far, and as we enter the final race of the season here at Darlington, the Don't Tread on Me 220 miles. That is 110 laps. I cannot wait, guys. I'm so stoked. Two turns 3 and 4. Pace truck pulls off. Anthony Callahan is going to be leading them to green, and as they roll down the front stretch, green flag is out. Anthony Callahan with the jump to his outside Jacob Pettit. Jonathan Green in the lead car. Bad start. Here comes Matthew Hill into P3, and as they go through turns 1 and 2, Jacob Pettit rockets to the lead early at Darlington. Right behind him is Anthony Callahan and Matthew Hill, Raymond Wimmer, Jacob Alicia make up your top 5. Matthew Hill looking to the high side of Anthony Callahan. Let's see what kind of rotation he can get. Not much. Jacob Alicia a little squirrely back there behind him. Meanwhile, Gary Smoke running down Jonathan Green. Samuel Lang in the mix. Ethan Walker here in the 48 machine. There's Luke Chadwick battling it out with last week's winner, Daniel Honeycutt, self-proclaimed. The rest of the field will go winless 2 weeks ago. He has a lot of ground to make up to get to the front here at Darlington. Oh, look at Charles Aigbeer setting it in hard. Not quite ready yet. I don't know what he was thinking there. He just really hard charged the corner. He's going to get into Luke Chadwick just a bit, but they seem to be okay as they go down the backstretch. Here's Aaron Warren, Josiah Smith, and Mark Averett. Currently, Anthony Callahan got around Jacob Pettit. I'm not sure when that happened. Maybe Jacob Pettit was the car we heard get into the wall. That might be our answer, but that's going to allow Anthony Callahan to retake this lead. This is the battle for fifth. Daniel Honeycutt all over the back end of Gary Smoke in that one machine. Looking to the bottom, Gary's going to give it to him, and Daniel Honeycutt's not going to enter the top 5 after qualifying outside the top 10. We'll pay attention to how he builds a run for the rest of this race. Meanwhile, Matthew Heel still trailing Jacob Pettit. Jacob running a line down from the rest of the cars, hopefully try to find a little bit of speed. Matthew Heel still appears to be a little bit quicker than the 42, but not by too much. And already it seems like the track has went underneath the lights, maybe a little bit quicker than we had anticipated or wanted it to be. But we're already night racing. That track's going to cool off. It's going to get more grippy. And that grip is going to allow Jacob Alicia to try to get around Matthew Heel. He had some speed built up and went to the bottom underneath the 53. Does Matthew have a problem? Big contact with the wall. Almost collects the 31. Keeps it collected. But that is heavy damage for the 53. We might have some right side damage. We have a yellow flag. A Mark Averett crashed. We can't load into his car, so we'll have to look at the replay. Let's see what happened to Mark Averett. Mark into the wall. In front of the 13 as he comes out of the corner. Let's see, maybe is there contact? Whoa, he's just slow in front of the 13. Not quite sure what happened there. And as they come to the restart zone, he is in control. Aaron Warren is outside. Daniel Honeycutt just behind him. A little bit of a wobble there out of the 72. Looks like he kind of went up the track a slide. Almost got into Aaron Warren. Jacob Alicia is going to get to the lead. Daniel Honeycutt into second. Aaron Warren now under attack by Jacob Pettit. Here comes Jacob Pettit on the bottom. And they are door to door as they go down the backstretch. Aaron Warren topside, that beautiful 74 Miller Lite machine, Miller Genuine Draft rather. And there's Jacob Pettit is going to fall in line right behind him. Meanwhile, Anthony Callahan, currently running 9th, was your leader. Hopefully his damage is all fixed. He still has some rear end visible damage. Here comes Matthew Heel passing Ethan Walker for 6th. He's trying to make his way back to the front. He has Gary Smoke in front of him. Jacob Pettit now looking to the bottom of Aaron Warren. Does he have him? He is going to be able to clear him. Jacob Pettit moves back into the 3rd position. Meanwhile, Jacob Alicia is just running away. There's Daniel Honeycutt. There's Jacob Pettit, Aaron Warren, and Gary Smoke still holding on to 5th. Matthew Heel in tow. Run that bottom line. See if he can get an exit here. He's close to the door. Gary Smoke behind also with the run. Matthew Heel will clear. We'll see Aaron Warren doesn't need to defend Gary Smoke. Not quite. Anthony Callahan trying to work his way into this conversation. He wants to have a word. He had a run on Gary Smoke for a second. Looks very low there. Gary in the middle of the track. All 3 lanes being used throughout turns 1 and 2. Gary now with a run on Aaron Warren. He's going to take him to the bottom. Ooh, Matthew Heel might have just had an issue. We don't have an incident report, but he's very slow off the pace. He might have had contact with that wall. He's just not having a good showing here at Darlington. Of course, he does have peace of mind knowing he clinched the championship, but currently running 6th. Okay, Daniel Honeycutt. He's looking to the lead, looking to the low side. Underneath Jacob Alicia. Jacob still trying to find his second win of the season. He won at Watkins Glen. He's came close in a couple other races. But this would be a great track to say you've won at. Here at the Don't Tread on Me 220 at Darlington. The series finale. This is where we'll always end PAL Racing season, right here at Darlington. Daniel Honeycutt also wanting to show his strength as he looks to the bottom. We'll see what he can do through turns 1 and 2. How well can he roll through there? Still just about door to door. He got a little bit tight off the corner. He's going to fall back in line just for a second, but he's going to continue to look low. Daniel Honeycutt now looking low. Second chance to go to the front. He might even clear Alicia. He will. Through turns 1 and 2, Daniel Honeycutt is now officially your new leader. He manages to win this deal. Daniel Honeycutt now entering pit road. He's going to allow a couple of these guys to try to get back on the lead lap, leapfrog their way back in. Luke Chadwick smashed up on the backstretch. He's still stopped. It's not bringing out the caution. And we didn't get a chance to throw one. He towed out of there. We'll have to check the replay. What just happened to Luke Chadwick, as we are still green, guys? Oh, just big contact with the wall. Oh, gnarly hit. I don't know why that did not bring out the caution, but that will be the end of Luke Chadwick's day. Anthony Callahan with damage, possibly race ending. We have an incident report, but we don't know what happened. That was your pole sitter out of the race for good. Let's take a look at the replay. What happened to Anthony Callahan? This also did not bring out the caution. Below the apron, overcorrected to the wall. Big monster hit with the nose. Again, because of the lack of cars out on track and near him, it did not bring out the caution. You see the nose of that machine is destroyed. That's not what we wanted to see out of Anthony Callahan, but right now Daniel Honeycutt is your leader. Jacob Alicia in second. Gary Smoke third, Jacob Pettit fourth, Jonathan Green on pit road right now. He is fifth. Will be put a lap down. He needs to get that car moving in the right direction. As he has just about 20 laps to do it. Is there any speed in that car? He needs to start to show it. That's still quite a bit of track to run him down. We have a yellow flag. Don't know what for. We have an incident for Charles Agbeer. Might have spun. We'll check the replay. Charles Agbeer. Ooh, just loose in 1 and 2. Hangs on to it. Keeps it off the wall. Locks it down, and that will bring out the caution. Did a great job of keeping it off the wall. That's not what Daniel Honeycutt wanted to see. Oh. Daniel, this is Noah up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yep. No, I'm here.
Well, Daniel, caution was probably the last thing you wanted to see come out, but you'll be starting up front. You have the short run speed to outrun these guys here for what will be a quick little 18 laps, 17 laps so run.
Yeah, I feel like I got the short run speed, long run speed. The car is just really fast tonight, and was able to bow my way all the way back from the back of the pack because I had horrible qualifying, but I was able to run back up there, and I felt pretty fast on short run, but I tried to not to overdo my stuff and then fall off so much in long run, but I think I can be able to hang with these guys up here.
Well, you told us 2 weeks ago before Iowa, the rest of the field will go winless in PAL to finish out the year. You went on to win Iowa, and now you look like the strongest car here at Darlington, at least the strongest car left running. So do you think you have what it takes to be a championship contender next season?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I hope to come back here next season and not miss so many weeks and be able to go in here and win some races and see if I can't knock Matthew Hill out for 2 in a row.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Daniel.
Yep, thank you.
We will send Daniel Honeycutt back down, and as we go down the back stretch, it is 1 to go till green. This is what's left of your field currently. 5 cars left in the lead lap, 5 cars in contention. Daniel Honeycutt, Jacob Alicia, Gary Smoke, Jacob Pettit, Jonathan Green. Another caution comes out. We will see the likes of Aaron Warren and Matthew Hill back up on the lead lap, but right now the pace truck's going to pull off. Daniel Honeycutt will be in command, and Jacob Alicia is like about a full car length off. He needs to be right up there in that 72 machine. Now he gets a little bit even, entering the restart. Green flag, and it's a great jump out of Daniel Honeycutt. Jacob Alicia lagging back just a bit. He's never been the strongest on these restarts, but he needs to be able to capitalize on these now. That's maybe the last one of the race. Look at Gary Smoke sideways, hangs on to it, saves it, takes it to the bottom of the track, and so does Josiah Smith. We stay green. Good save there out of the smoke. Daniel Honeycutt still leading, already trying to pull away from Jacob Alicia. Jacob Pettit running third. He's fallen off already. There is so much speed in that 72 machine. Watch him rip the fence. And it's do or die. Can Jacob Alicia get to Daniel Honeycutt? Daniel got it really sideways off the corner. Look at them fly out of there down the back stretch. And it turns 3 and 4. But something to be worth ending on is a win. And as Daniel Honeycutt makes his way down the back stretch for the final time, the 72 machine will be the first car in PAL Racing to see victory lane 3 times. He called the shot 2 weeks ago, saying the field would go winless, and Daniel Honeycutt is going to win 2 in a row. Final race of the season, the Don't Tread on Me 220 at Darlington is his, and he's got to be ecstatic. Meanwhile, Matthew Hill, as he goes through turns 3 and 4, down the front stretch, Matthew Hill is going to be your PAL Racing Season 1 champion. Does it in style. No competition needed on the final race. Put it all out there and brought home the W. Congratulations all around for both drivers. Daniel Honeycutt now coming down to the front stretch. And do himself just a little bitty burnout. He's actually going to park it right on the stripe. Matthew Hill is going to join him. Matthew Hill burning it down to celebrate his championship. Let's go ahead and talk to Daniel Honeycutt. Daniel, while we celebrate your win here, Matthew Hill doing some of his victory burnouts for the championship, you pick up the win, you called your shot, you made it happen, and then you guys make contact. The first driver to win 2 in a row in PAL. How does it feel knowing and being our biggest what if this season?
Oh, it was fun getting out there and getting some wins this season, and I really do wish that I could have raced a little bit more, but you know, it is what it is. But tonight it's all about Matthew and his championship and what he accomplished in this league and all that. And I mean, I'm really looking forward to next season. I know I called my shot the last 2 races here, but it's definitely for sure all about him and just looking forward to next season.
All right, thank you so much, Daniel. We're going to go talk to our champion. Congratulations, man. I can't wait to see what you do for us next season.
All right, thank you.
Well, Matthew Magic Hill, you get it done. You are our champion. It was a little bit of a rough race for you, finishing just 11 laps down, had some incidents, but knowing going into this race, you were going to be our champion. Tell us about the season for you. Anything special you'd like to say or shout out?
Well, let me put my mic down first. That would probably help. Wasn't sure what we were cooking today. We definitely burned it, unlike our cool sponsor there, Chef Colin Maybe. He's been a huge supporter of me throughout the season. I'm trying to think of more chef puns, but I'm running out. That was a rough race. I was racing outside of Alicia there, and I just went in the went into one and had no grip, and then about halfway through the race, I started feeling very nauseous and almost parked it. I ended up actually parking it for a couple laps in pit road while I just got up and kind of walked around for a bit. That was I was not feeling too good, and I'm honestly surprised I made it to the end there. But I had an awesome season. I appreciate everybody putting this on. All the competitors. This is my favorite league that I run with. Happy to bring home the championship in season 1 and hopefully defend the title here in season 2. I love running with these guys. Jacob, Alicia, Honeycutt, all those guys are really, really fun to run with. And it's a pleasure getting to race with them every week. I'm going to miss it here on Tuesday nights, but hopefully there'll be other leagues, or season 2 will be starting up and doing it all over again. But just super happy to bring home the inaugural season championship. Winning a championship and anything is a pretty cool experience. And believe it or not, I know I ran 3 seasons in the NASCAR Heat Pro League. I actually haven't really brought home too many championships. I think this is probably only my second or third league championship I've ever brought home. So this is pretty cool for me. This is going to be one that I remember. And like I said, I appreciate everybody putting this on and everybody coming out and supporting and just having a lot of fun.
Since our season opener, the series' first ever race, you just absolutely diced up the field at Auto Club, made a mincemeat. You had that oven on preheat, and you sent it all the way throughout the season. You had it slow cooking. You were so consistent to start off, up there in the top of the points. Even for races when we said, oh, he's having a bad day, it was because you finished maybe just outside the top 5, had a couple of wins, kind of robbed from you, got burnt at Richmond, but you kept your head down, you stayed in the pocket, you were roasting over the cook, but at the end of the day, you brought home the win. Matthew Heel, how will you be celebrating tonight?
Oh, man. As much as I want to say I'm going to grab a beer, I'm probably going to go lie down. I'm really not feeling too well, but super, super happy with everything. We ran a great season with that first win at Auto Club. We kind of slowed down as the season progressed. Some new faces came in and gave me some runs for my money, but we'll be back for revenge in season 2. Hopefully we'll be able to overcome some of those second place finishes and have a good run. But just a great season, able to keep the car clean. That was really the goal the whole time, is just to keep the car clean. We were able to do that, bring home consistent finishes, and this is what consistent finishes get you, which is a PALracing championship.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Matthew. You've been a great help to the league, helping it develop. We can't wait to see you next season.
Thank you. I appreciate everything you do for the series as well, Noah.
Thank you so much, Matthew. Well, ladies and gentlemen, just like that, that is the conclusion of PALracing Season 1, the Don't Tread on Me 220 at Darlington. We saw Daniel Honeycutt take home the win, and Matthew Heel cements his name in the history books, being your inaugural champion. Thank you guys so much for tuning in all 9 weeks of racing. PAL Racing Series Season 2, pending on the announcement that we will have a season. Don't you worry. Be on the lookout in the Discord and any other socials we have. Check out our merchandise. By next week, we will have championship merchandise as well as Season 1 exclusive merchandise, including Luke Chadwick championship shirt for the Talladega Derby. We'll have merchandise, of course, for our very own Matthew Heel and so much more. Check that out on Redbubble. Link in all the descriptions. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Cowboy Noah. And the only reason Matthew Heel won the championship is because I was not in it. Have a good night.